Good morning and welcome to BJC Halacha A, day number 1684. Halacha A keeps the Yetzer Hara away. Once again, dedicated in loving memory of Daniela Basfi, her neshama Shev Aliyah. And we're continuing with this difficult chapter, the laws of a base to a forbidden object. We already talked about muksa in general, right? A pen is muksa on Shabbos, you can't move it. You can touch it, you can't move it, right? You can move it indirectly if it's on the table, but generally you cannot move it. A hammer, we said, is another type of muksa, but because it has sometimes a permitted use, like opening walnuts, so then we're more lenient, you can move it directly. Pick up the hammer, if it's on the table, move it out of the way, pick up the hammer, use it to crack open walnuts. Now we're talking about the base. Let's say this cup, which is normally perfectly permitted, you had it there on Shabbos, and you left the pen there before Shabbos, and you plan on leaving like this. So then, not only is the pen muksa, but even the base, the cup, becomes muksa. But now we're talking about what if there was something also permitted inside this cup, like a yarmulke or something, right? So then we'll see that obviously it's a little more lenient. So let's see. And that's going to be the next case where you did not. We talked about the candles, a tray of candles, where technically a tray of candles is muksa, but if you left a challah there, then you can move that whole tray. But if one did not prepare the table in this way, and only the candles were on the table at the onset of Shabbos, then the tablecloth and the table become a bosis for the forbidden object alone, and are thus forbidden to be moved. Nevertheless, in the case that one already did set up the table in this way, if there's a great necessity, for example, if God forbid a candle fell on the table and it must be shaken off, one may rely on the authorities who hold that an object does not become a bosis unless he expected that the muksa will remain on the base throughout the entire Shabbos. Thus, in the above situation, where it is customary to remove the lamps or the candlesticks on Shabbos morning by having a non-Jew remove them, it does not become a bosis, and one may shake the candle off. In the Shulchan Aruch of the author of the Tanya, Shulchan Aruch Harav it's called, it is written that in any case the tablecloth does not become a bosis. See there, Siman 309. So, ideally, you want to have that mutter, that permitted item, along with it. But if you didn't, we can rely on that fact that you can go ahead and move it because you assumed the non-Jew is going to take off that tray anyway. So that way you can now move that table because the table does not become a bosis. All right, let me do one more quick footnote here. As long as the tablecloth is not considered to be a bosis, it is permitted to grasp it and shake off the candle following the guidelines of indirect movement of muksa, like we said before. If the tablecloth is itself a bosis, it is forbidden to grasp it to shake off the candle. All right, there's a lot more on this. Not so easy. Thanks for listening to the sponsor feature, Halacha 36-100 the Gold. Have a great Shabbos.